Top 10 Wealthiest Countries in the World. Wealth measures the value of all the assets of worth owned by a person, community, company, or country. Wealth is determined by taking the total market value of all physical and intangible assets owned, then subtracting all debts. Essentially, wealth is the accumulation of scarce resources. Here is the list of the top 10 wealthiest countries in the world. In number 10, the United States of America. USA dominated the world economy following victories from the Spanish-American War, World War I and World War II. It later established itself following the dissolution of the Soviet Union after the Cold War. The U.S. economy is a free market that encourages an entrepreneurial spirit protected by a robust system of independent government institutions. The American state accounts for 30% of the total wealth in the world, even though it makes up a mere 4.2% of the world population. The United States might rank as the 10th most prosperous country globally, but critics argue there is widespread inequality in race, income, universal health care, etc. Nevertheless, the United States has contributed immensely to technological milestones through many successful startups and established companies. In number 9, Norway. A small country with just about 5.3 million residents, Norway is among the wealthiest countries due to its mixed economy and natural resources. Norway is not a socialist state yet maintains a comprehensive social security system and welfare program. The country has implemented policies that redistribute wealth to its population. No wonder it ranked first in the 2021 OECD Better Life Index. Norway also has the largest sovereign wealth fund, SWF, in the world, which is funded through export revenues from oil and gas. Apart from oil and gas, Norway is the second largest fish exporter and has access to other enormous mineral resources within its borders. In number 8, Ireland. Ireland, also known as the Republic of Ireland, is an island located in Europe. Ireland has managed to turn its economy into an open market economy. Ireland has been named the best country for high-value foreign direct investment, FDI, at least 6 times in a row. Foreign multinational companies are the drivers of Ireland's economy because of the government's policies. The Republic of Ireland implemented some policies which made it possible for them to be among the top 10 wealthiest countries in the world today. The country reduced its corporate tax from 32% to 12.5%, a policy that attracted corporations like Amazon, Apple, and other big tech companies. Hence positioning Ireland 8 on our list. In number 7, Switzerland. Switzerland is the 7th wealthiest country in the world. Switzerland is located in Europe but is not a member of the European Union or the Eurozone. Some of the major cities in Switzerland, Zurich, Geneva, and Basel, rank among the cities with the highest quality of life. Known as the birthplace of the Red Cross, Switzerland has maintained neutrality in recent wars and conflicts. Switzerland has a stable and prosperous economy that has produced one of the largest GDP per capita, making it among the wealthiest country in the world. In 2020, the Global Innovation Index ranked Switzerland as the most innovative country globally. Switzerland has a robust service sector like banking, tourism, insurance, etc. The country also has a developed manufacturing sector that produces and exports chemicals, pharmaceuticals, measuring and musical equipment. In number 6, Monaco. Monaco is unique because of its small size. In fact, at just 0.780 square miles, it is the second smallest country by area. It is only larger than Vatican City. Despite its small size, though, Monaco has a total population of 42,500. This puts the total population density at over 48,466 people per square mile, making Monaco the most densely populated country in the world. Monaco being 6th on our list of the most wealthiest countries in the world, it has a very low unemployment rate, as many Monégasques travel to France and Italy for work. Monaco has the lowest poverty rate in the world and the most billionaires and millionaires per capita. Monaco has a strong economy due to tourism, banking services, and the gambling industry. In number 5, China. China is the most populous nation on the planet. The People's Republic of China, PRC or China, was the first major economy to announce a return to economic growth in June 2020 since the outbreak of the coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19, pandemic. Its economic performance since then has been uneven. Repeated lockdowns under zero-COVID tolerance policies have periodically disrupted manufacturing and transportation. Tightened border controls have curtailed two-way goods and services trade, tourism, and student and business travel. Weak domestic demand and debt pressures, particularly in the property sector, are also constraining growth. In 2021, China relied on government spending and exports to boost economic growth by 8.1%, from a low 2020 base of 2.2% growth. In number 4, Liechtenstein. It is one of the smallest countries in the world with a third of its population being foreigners. Despite its small size and lack of natural resources, Liechtenstein has developed into a prosperous, highly industrialized, free enterprise economy with a vital financial services sector and one of the highest per capita income levels in the world. The Liechtenstein economy is widely diversified with a large number of small and medium-sized businesses, particularly in the services sector. Low business taxes, a flat tax of 12.5% on income is applied, and easy incorporation rules have induced many holding companies to establish nominal offices in Liechtenstein, providing 30% of its taxes. Number 3, United Arab Emirates. Located on the eastern end of the Arabian Peninsula is the United Arab Emirates, UAE, a Western Asian country popularly known for its international hub, Dubai. The UAE has a rich oil and natural gas reserve, and it is among the largest in the world. However, the country has diversified its economy to not rely heavily on oil. With its leverage on oil, natural gas, strict government interventions, the UAE has tripled the GDP more than 3 times in the last 40 years. As one of the wealthiest countries in the world, the UAE has seen an influx of migrants from Africa and other underdeveloped countries, making the citizens a minority. In number 2, Qatar. From ground zero about 50 years ago, Qatar has risen to become the second wealthiest country in the world. Following British rule, the country gained independence in 1971 to become a sovereign nation. The West Asian country has the highest human development in the Arab world. Qatar's progress to the list of top 10 wealthiest countries in the world is highly linked to the discovery of natural gas in the country. Qatar has the third largest natural gas reserves in the world. Qatari leaders used the revenues from the oil exports to create a high standard of living for their citizens. It could explain the government could afford for the Qatari citizens not to pay $0 in income taxes. The wealth country is also known to have one of the lowest tax rates in the world. Lastly, in number 1, Luxembourg. Though a landlocked country, Luxembourg has managed to become the wealthiest country in the world, with a PPP per capita value of $118,503.60. The small country is one of the major economies in the Eurozone. Luxembourg was once a proud industrial state with its steel production in 1960. The country has since diversified its economy, with the banking sector being the most thriving niche. Often tagged as a tax haven, Luxembourg hosts some of the regional headquarters of major multinational companies like Skype and Amazon. Luxembourg has a stable economy, low inflation, and unemployment rate. In 2010, Eurostat reported that the agricultural sector employs about 2.1% of the country's population. It is widely claimed that Luxembourg is among the wealthiest countries in the world because of the country's tax revenues. A considerable percentage of Luxembourg's tax revenue comes from people working in Luxembourg but resides in other EU countries.